Hello my Forestry friends, and yes, another convention video, yippee! I'm currently working on a bigger and very much longer video talking about a certain Arknights character, but it's taking a while to make, so here's a neat little thing to drop while I work on that. So it's not that much of a secret that anytime I posted any video talking about conventions, it hasn't been the best experience. No, it's not like I haven't had good convention experiences that I didn't talk about either, because quite frankly speaking, they're not too interesting to talk about. But that's the thing, isn't it? For the longest time I tried to get into conventions, but they just didn't really click that much. Like, I get the appeal, but I thought it just wasn't for me. At best, they were a nice place to buy art at, and at worst, they were Comic Fiesta 2022. Until now, of course. With Animangaki, or AMG for short. It's been a thing since 2009, and it has a pretty good reputation as far as I know. I don't know, I don't have Twitter anymore. If people have ever complained about it, I wouldn't be able to hear it. I wasn't sure if I was going to attend Animangaki this year, but I didn't attend last year's, and I thought it was a real shame at that time. I was especially interested in the Vtuber showcase panel room that caught my attention last year, so I wanted to check it out. I am technically a Vtuber now, fortunately, and I do actually enjoy looking at how my peers are doing. I attended alone for a chunk of the con, but I was accompanied like I was a nervous horse by some dude called Sonic_IDK, who was cosplaying as Miles Morales in the middle of it. I also doubled as an assistant for him because his fingies didn't work on his little phone with a spider onesie on. I decided to get the ticket for just day 1, which was Friday, even though I would have had class at that time. It was only going to be for 1 hour, and luckily enough the class ended right at 10, which was when the con opened its doors. I also just got it because I hate crowds, obviously, and I wanted to experience what it was like to have a spacious event for once. I'm sure that comes as a shock for everybody. My initial plans for Animangaki 2023 was, well, first of all, I had like a list of artists that I wanted to visit, just so it would just make it easier for me. But I was also planning to meet up with Sonic at some point, at some nebulous time period. He had like a little manhunt going on. Also, he has this thing called other friends that he needs to attend to, because he's this thing called a person that actually socializes, whatever that means. I think it's like French for something, I'm not too sure. I also wanted to spice things up by having some panels I wanted to attend to. There was a specific one about indie games in Malaysia. Hold on, let me check again. It's a panel called A Look at Indie Games Development in Malaysia. I'm just the kind of person that wants to keep up with like indie game stuff, you know, especially in my own country. It's just nice, you know. And that's it. That was it. Animangaki has made me realize something about conventions that is going to sound really obvious for the people that do enjoy conventions. But they're like a place for people to socialize at. They're for like talking to people and making friends and meeting strangers who have like similar interests to you. I'm not good at that. When I got there at the convention at like 11 a.m. or something like that, it was kind of dead. Like there was not many people around, and I felt so happy. It's really amazing how good it feels to be able to walk around, to like be able to breathe while in a convention. It's really great. When I got there, I went straight to the Vtuber showcase area. I wasn't actually trying to get to the Vtuber showcase area. I actually wanted to get to the panel room and workshop area first, but I just couldn't find it for some reason because I went on the wrong escalator. It had like a bunch of postcards and standees of like the featured VTubers and things. I went straight to that place, and I instantly got roped into a D&D session, of which I have no experience of. I don't do D&D, and I also don't do improv. So whatever you're imagining, just imagine it as like 10 times more awkward, and that's the situation I'm in. I did it for like a good hour before I saw Sonic enter the room, and I ran to him like I was a scared animal. When I got there, he was busy talking with his friends, so I just kind of stood there. I did talk to like a few girls. One of them, for some reason, really reminded me of my cousin. And another girl was in W cosplay, and she had the coolest red choker I have ever seen in my entire life. It was like handmade and stuff, and it was obviously very expensive. Like when I was talking to her, I was silently thinking in my head, please, I need to come up with more things to talk about with you so that you can stay. But I ran out of things to talk about, so I just left. I don't know what else I was meant to do in that situation. Introduce myself? Why would I ever do that? The area also like sold a bunch of Vtuber merchandise. It wasn't the only place that was selling merchandise. There was also like an area in front of the artist alley that also sold Vtuber merchandise of certain Vtubers. And I decided to get a sticker set of a specific Vtuber. I bet you can't guess who it is. Ooh. The reason why I got the sticker set was because, well, one, I just really like stickers, and two, there was like a sticker trade being hosted by Vanilla Tea, and I bought the stickers because I felt a little bit left out because I didn't join the sticker trade, so it's like it's not anyone's fault. It's not anyone's fault but mine. I didn't have any stickers that was like designed off of like me. I don't know. Like when other people do it, it's chill and cool. But when I do it, it feels pretentious. Me and Sonic then talked together for a little bit before I separated from him for a little bit to go to the artist alley on my own. And we all know the artist alley is objectively the best place in every convention. I had an idea in this convention to just kind of like spend less money by just like focusing on buying stickers, which was a good idea in paper, but like in execution, when you buy a lot of like tiny things, the price really accumulates, and it's really easy to like fall in the trap of like, oh, it's only like less than 10 ringgit, you know, I can buy like a couple more of these things. You'll be walking by a booth and they'll be selling like Kirby stickers, and then you just stop, and then you have to buy a bunch of Kirby stickers, and then you go to the next booth and it's also selling Kirby stickers, and then you stop and you buy those Kirby stickers, and then you go to the next booth and there's more Kirby stuff, and you just stop and you're thinking like, well, I can't, like, I guess I've already bought so many stickers, I might as well get like a print of Kirby. And like, and then like you're also justifying it, be like, oh, you know, it's less than 10 ringgit, it's only around 10 ringgit, it's fine, I can buy a bit more, it's fine, it's okay. But it's not fine, it's not okay, because when you're buying like 10 different Kirby stickers and like all of them cost like 10 ringgit, that's still 100 ringgit, and you know, and you feel like you know the math, you understand the math, but you can't help yourself, because like when you're the type of person that when you see Kirby, you just forget how to breathe automatically. Like you just have to remind yourself how to manually breathe, and then you have no more money. That's the end of the story. Do I regret finishing all my money? Maybe. Please send me money on my Ko-Fi and Shopee, and please commission me. At some point after that whole spiral, I reunited back with Sonic, and I walked around a bit more with him, and we bought more stuff. And by we, I mean I bought more stuff, because I clearly haven't learned my lesson yet. And I said we because I really wanted us to share the shame. Eventually, like after a while, we decided like, hey, let's get some lunch, because it was like around 2, I think, at that point. But while we were leaving, Sonic was still like meeting with other people, and there was this group of people in front of a VTuber merch place, and there was like a bunch of people, and Sonic was talking to them, and I was staring off into the distance once again. I barely knew where I was. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I was just having fun in my own head while you guys were talking. Hope that didn't creep you guys out too much. But Sonic tells me about some of you guys, and he says a lot of good things, so I'm sure you guys are very nice. By the time we left that convention, there was another group of people that Sonic wanted to meet up with. So I feel like I need to like say some things because like I just want to give some context to my behavior for a minute here. As you can see, every single time I was intentionally just kind of like zoning out. I was just kind of like zoning out every social interaction that didn't involve me, but I kind of had to still stay for because I'm following Sonic around like a lost dog. I was having a good time zoning out in my head, you know, having my little dance party. Imagine my surprise when I suddenly feel like a yank in my arm and like people are like trying to carefully rip off the ticket I had on my wrist. I'm not going to lie, I was very caught off guard and a little bit pissed off. Sonic then explained to me very gently and very quickly, the girl that Sonic was meeting up with at that time left her AMG ticket because she just forgot about it. She needed to borrow one, so they were like basically being like, well, can you like lend your ticket for her? I'm not offended by it or anything, and I'm not angry by it or anything. Sonic did kind of say something like, oh yeah, do you consent to this? You consent to this, right? like he just like recorded a private call between me and him, and he needed like permission before he can like publicly post it for journalistic reasons or whatever. So I was like, yeah, it's fine, you can take it. I was just kind of caught off guard, but I did tell that girl very point blank, if you lose it, you're going to pay me back 45 ringgit. And she was like, I will. Apparently it's just like a thing to share like tickets, like convention tickets between each other, which makes sense to me, I guess. I've never really done it before because I've never been asked to do that. The girl that borrowed my ticket did give me a scrunchie in the end, so you know, I think I was paid. I think I was paid back really nicely. It's fine. I still have it with me. I'm actually wearing it right now. It's quite nice. Me and Sonic then left and we had teppanyaki, where I explained to him about sock packing and how fish are slowly evolving to eat plastic. Which he didn't believe me, but I looked it up. I looked it up on Google. It's not fish exactly. It's just kind of like microbes in the ocean that are slowly learning how to eat plastic. Anyways, after eating our delicious meal, we went back to the con and we separated for a final time. He went and did his own thing and I left him. It was actually quite nice to see Sonic again. It was fun. He's a nice guy to hang around with. I enjoy his company. Sonic, if you're watching this, fuck you. Anyways, I went back out to the cosplayer alley, and I usually avoid the cosplayer alley because it's not like there's anything there for me. It's kind of like the same reason why I don't really mess around with like VTuber merch stuff. I'm okay with having an art print of an anime girl's face looking at me. A print of like an actual human being's face, even though they are dressing as an anime character, just feels a bit too much. I'm just like suddenly realizing, I just get hit with the sudden realization, I have a thing that is a real human being. This is a real human being that I am putting on my wall here. It feels very strange. It feels a bit too parasocial for me. I don't usually buy a lot of like VTuber merchandise because like as a VTuber myself, it feels like buying a picture of like your coworker or your classmate, you know? It's just kind of strange. It feels weird. But while I was walking around this cosplayer alley, I found like a very specific booth, and it's a booth by a cosplayer called Sakuraijean on Instagram, and she did a cosplay of Blue Period, and she cosplayed Yaguchi Yatora, who's like my favorite character, and Blue Period is my favorite anime. And when I saw that booth, I just instantly got it. I just completely understood now how awesome it is to just see a cosplayer cosplay your favorite anime character. I also saw the May Cafe when I went to the panel and workshop level. I didn't go into it because I'm sane. You'd have to pay me to get into a maid cafe. Which is why I have my Ko-Fi and Shopee, and also you can commission me. Actually, I was really supposed to be at a specific workshop, which was the your first step in making pre-Pakura cosplay workshop, because I'm just really into like that whole, creative making stuff thing. But then I got distracted by the community hall, which was tucked away in a small corner somewhere. And that place was just amazing. Like it says in its name, it's a hall with a bunch of community related stuff in there. Example of stuff being like a table of Token Ranbu merchandise that has apparently been contributed by 2 people who are just really into Token Ranbu. There's a Hatsune Miku fan club table that has a bunch of Hatsune Miku memorabilia, stuff I didn't even know existed. There was also a table provided by the Malaysian doll community. So sometimes cosplayers like to bring dolls to take pictures with in these kinds of conventions. But it's kind of dangerous to bring these kinds of things, because bringing a BJ doll in cosplay at a convention is like holding a golden sign saying, "Please rob me." They put their dolls at these little doll tables, and these dolls, they're taken care of by doll sitters. They're like babysitters but for dolls, and it's cute, and it's all really amazing and cool. Well, the first thing that really got me hooked into the community hall was the table for the Lolita, the Malaysian Lolita community, which was being manned by people from La Petite Robe. I got to talk to these people, and it's very obvious that these people were very passionate about Lolita. I've always been a kind of secret, faraway admirer of the Lolita community on the internet and stuff. But actually getting to talk to Lolita people is really nice and fun. They were the only people that I told them that I was making a vlog-esque or a video talking about Animangaki. And I even got to take a pic of them. They're really nice. They're super cool. Please check out their community. It's nice. I love Lolita. They also gave me a free sticker and a neat little handbook about Lolita fashion, which I'll show off later when I'm showing off the merchandise I bought in the video. But the thing that really got me distracted the most was the Indie Game Jam table. The Indie Game Jam table let you play demos of 2 games. The first one was Cabaret. I already bought Cabaret, so I didn't really want to play the demo for that one. But the other demo was for Midwest 90, which is a restaurant tycoon game, and I played it, and it's fun. I had the most serious face while I was playing that game because it's a management game. I was staring at it, making math equations in my head. I just couldn't stop being in the community hall. I really liked that place for some reason. The only reason why I got to leave was because I had a live commission, and artist booths were starting to be closed down, And I got really scared that my life commission would be stuck in purgatory if I didn't get it right then and there. But yeah, I think like it's a real, I think it is like a serious shame. This like specific thing didn't get highlighted more in like the booklets or like talked about more, because they're nice. They're super nice. They're cool. They're awesome. Like, please be like, you know, like at least be interested in some of like the small weird cultures in Malaysia, and like, you know, have fun. But yeah, after that, I peeled myself away from the community hall, and I called my parents and ate ice cream, and I got home with like 4% left in my battery. I think now is a good time for me to just kind of like transition to the art merchandise I got from the convention. But right before that, I kind of want to read out a list I've made. So usually I always add credits of the artists that I buy from in these kinds of videos, just because I think it's nice to put in the credits for that. But sometimes there are also artists that I would have bought from, but I don't get to because of one reason or another. Maybe because I prioritize a different kind of merchandise, or maybe because like I just didn't have the money anymore. And I always feel kind of bad because it feels like I tend to default to like the same 10 artists to buy from. I think it's nice to highlight other kinds of artists that I think should be talked about, even though like I never really bought anything from them. Also, I want to mention some cosplayers that I also took some photos with. I didn't take with many cosplayers this event. I think mainly because I was just kind of enjoying myself alone. But there were like, I think like 3 people I took pictures with. One was like a furry. There was an Ariel cosplayer that I took a picture with, and I also took a picture of. And there was an Amiya cosplayer that I took a picture with. The furry, Ariel, and the Blue Period cosplayer will be in a separate cosplayers list, because I think that's also pretty important to, you know, mention as well. Right now I'm going to be reading out the list of like artists that I wanted to buy from but I couldn't because of like circumstances or whatever. First one is Nyarinju. There was like a specific Honkai Star Rail keychain that I really wanted to buy from them, but I didn't get to because I ran out of money. Sub Rosa, who is a like kind of choker artist. She makes accessories and stuff. The Ven Art Octagonal. 1001K. I wanted to buy like a club membership box thing. Bututi made like Genshin makeup. That was really interesting, but I didn't get to buy any. Vin's Tired. Marshiro had like a Kirby keychain that I wanted to get, but I didn't because I already have a lot of Kirby keychains. Kaylee is a pencil artist who just does beautiful artwork. Cat's Flower Garden. They had like a bunch of anime stuff. They only have a Facebook page though, so be warned, I guess. Takonuki had like a bunch of cool stuff and is also like a group of a bunch of other artists whose all socials will be linked down below. There was a OC Zine from illy.art that I really wanted to get, but I couldn't. Oh, I couldn't. A lot of like cool emo trash from Di Natle. so cool. Baroque Gothic has like a bunch of like really cool stuff as well. And Leon Reart has pixel art that I was really interested in. I really wish I could have bought it, but I couldn't. And this last one kind of pisses me off a little bit. Artist Berbudaya had a print that was artwork by FuzzyFizz, and it was like an artwork of like a blue woman, and I really wanted to get it, but I couldn't. I have another blue woman art print by FuzzyFizz, and she stares at me while I sleep. I could very well have another blue woman print to also stare at me while I sleep, but I don't. I don't have it right now because I'm a loser in life. I don't have enough money. So please, commission me please send me money on my Ko-Fi and my Shopee. I need to buy this print. Anyways, let's get to the actual merchandise that I bought. So the first kind of merchandise is the postcards from the VTuber showcase area. Technically I didn't buy these, but they were still there and I wanted to get them. The first one here is Zero Sketchbook, the one that did the art that was counting down for Animangaki. That was really cool, that was really awesome. Go follow him, check him out, his art is really cool. The next one is FuzzyFizz, who did some Arknight stuff, but also plays other games sometimes. He mainly streams on Twitch now. Ultimax is also another creator in the Malaysian VTuber sphere. He does a lot of editing stuff, which is cool. He's a motion artist and a video editor, and he also has commissions open. Go pay him or something. Ikahueki is a V artist in the community. She actually booth in Animangaki and I actually bought something from that booth. So in every convention I always make sure to buy like at least one book or like something like a zine. I guess the thing that counted was this Doktor Johari comic that I really wanted to get because of the art style, and also because like if you bought it you got like a free little pencil art. I finished reading it and it's really reminiscent of like edutainment Gumpas does books. It's really nostalgic. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just really nostalgic. I liked it. The next piece of merchandise is this blue period print of Maru Mori, and this is from Ikahueki, yeah. And Miss Nakahara. They were boothing together, and it also came with some free little stickers and stuff. It's nice. I like it. The next thing I got is this Windflit holographic sticker, and I had my eyes on this for a while now because the art style is so cute. Next is this really cute Executor Keychain. I had my eyes on this for a while now as well. It's just super cute. It's so nice and it goes really well with my Executor print that I already have. The next one is a statement of my addiction, which is this Kirby sticker sheet. It's... What am I meant to do, man? It's cute. How am I meant to resist this? How was I meant to resist this? It's so nice. Please. There's also like a little print here of Kirby making a cake with his friends. Leave me alone. And if you guessed, the VTuber that I bought merch from is ApxDmn. Yeah, you're correct. How did you guess? I bet it was really hard to figure out, but you figured it out. Good job. The next one is this sticker set of Vigil, Lappland, and Texas from Arknights. This one's really nice. So it's really I had this on my list of things I wanted to buy. Next one is this Kirby Sticker Set, and don't say anything. Do not say anything. It's not nice to make fun of addicted people. Next is this one. I like the packaging of this one, but this one is a keychain made by Tixit Zero Miyoki Chu. I know this one because like I've been following them for a while now. This keychain, it was showcased on Tixit Zero's Instagram, and I instantly fell in love. I needed the little guy. The next one is this mountain print, mountain from Arknights. Yes, furry. Again, I love having interactions with Malaysian furries. Then there's this mystery pack by Ferlala Creations, and I can say the name because it's actually written there on the package. I decided to get this because I have a gambling addiction on top of my Kirby addiction. So I thought it'd be nice to just kind of like pull it, do like a little pull on camera here. So the things that's included in here is like an acrylic pin, a postcard with a sticker set, and a few stickers as well. Yeah, there were some pretty cute stuff. The postcard was like this nasi lemak pun thing. The acrylic pin is like this little dog, and the stickers is also a pun. Look, it says Fragile. You get it? It's fragile. It's like fragile, but with fur, cause it's dog. And the last one. Oh, you guys are gonna love this one. The last one is this PANcake sticker. Get it? You get it? PANcake is pancake. Pancake! But lastly is this live commission of Mr. Nothing again, because I need to add to the collection. But yeah, that's it. That's all the things I got from them. That's all I got from Animangaki 2023. Please check out everyone that I've put in the description down below. It takes a lot of effort for me to link everyone here. You know, it's a lot of work, you know, copying, pasting links. That's it. Let's go back to the conclusions for Animangaki 2023. Overall, it's one of the better conventions out there. Everything was fun, and it felt nice to be in a convention that was using its space properly. It was nice to be in a convention where I could breathe. I also got to meet? No, I did not get to meet any VTubers. I just looked at a bunch of Malaysian VTubers. I mean, it's pleasant in its own way. Huge thank you to Sonic for kind of accompanying me. I don't know what I would have done without you, man. I'm gonna be so for real. The Artist Alley booths in this Animangaki was like really varied, and it felt really satisfying to kind of look around the booths more. Like, I feel like the last few conventions, it was mostly just Genshin Impact and Hololive. I think now that there's like more things kind of going on, you know, there's Spider-Verse and Honkai Star Rail, which is different than Genshin Impact. And there's also a lot more like original artwork as well that was being sold. And it's cool. It's really cool. I like it. I think the performances and the panels and events really contributed to like the really good vibes the convention had. Yeah, the performances especially were really great. I didn't watch all of them. I wish I did, but like a good chunk of them also were really well performed, and a lot of people put in a lot of effort into them. If there is anything that I could have done differently, like me specifically, to make my experience at like a convention or at like Animangaki or just like any convention in general, I think I really want to focus more on going to like panels and like workshops, because like those are obviously being put in, you know, effort is being put into them, so you know, it'd be nice for me to actually use them. But yeah, even though I still wasn't exactly talking to people, it was still like a really fun convention to be at, so I appreciate it. I feel like Animangaki 2023 has made me hate conventions a lot less. What do you think of Animangaki 2023? Did you go to it? What are you hoping for Animangaki 2024? Do you think I'll be better at socializing the next convention? Let me know. What were your thoughts? What did this make you think about, you know? I like to know. It gives me engagement, and also it's just nice to read in my pastime. This is obviously a much more kind of rougher video for something else that I'm trying to make, and it's putting in so much effort. Like, I feel like I have to re-record some audio stuff because it feels like I just have to do that. Hopefully that video will drop before I'm dead. So if you enjoyed watching this video, like, subscribe, you know, do all the things YouTubers ask you to do. I have my socials, you can commission me if you like my art, yada yada yada. I do also have a Ko-fi. if you guys want to throw money at me for whatever reason. And I also have a Shopee. You want to throw money at me but also want to receive something, if you're Malaysian. Stay safe, my foresty friends.